G'day folks, how are you all? Hope you're alright and that. So we're driving on the motorway here in Denmark. We're in Fyn now. So this is the peninsula between Jutland and Zealand. So this is where it is. Wanted to get a glimpse of this old Ford Granada 2.8i gear. I haven't seen first time I saw one of these cars was in December '85 in Hong Kong. Let's go and have a look at it. Let's go and follow him. There you go. That, peoples, is an old Ford Granada. That's the 2.8 litre. That's the 2.8 litre fuel injected model. The 2.8 comes from a Ford. It's also known as the Cologne V6, 2.8i V6, and the styling's similar to a Ford Falcon XD, XC, and XF series Falcon in Australia. But look at it, beautiful. The whole Ford Granada. See in the rear vision mirror if you want to get the grille, get the front end. First time I saw him was in Hong Kong, December '95. Yeah, so it's been a bloody long time. I know one guy who bought one into Australia, lived in Redland Bay, so Brisbane's Bayside area, and he bought over a UK spec Ford Granada 2.8i gear. And yeah, so as I said before, 2.8 litre fuel injected V6, 3-speed automatic transmission. Wow, I have not seen one of those for a bloody long time. It's been eons now. Yeah, so the styling's about as fashionable as a safari suit and that, but oh well, it is what it is. I just thought I'd bloody point that out. So anyways, driving on the motorways here in Denmark. I haven't driven haven't been to Denmark for driven here in Denmark for a long time, but first time I've been to this section. This is Fyn, the peninsula between Jutland and Zealand, and so limit here is 130k an hour, and the traffic moves along here generally about 130, 140k an hour. Oh, look at that, Mazda 3 sedan, it's soul red. There you go, it's got a tow bar on it. The sedan's got a bloody fog light. European spec model. No, it moves along quite nicely. The motorways are generally in good condition. And there's no do-gooders in the outside lane. No do-gooders in the outside lane. So when people overtake, they move back out of the outside lane. The same as the rest of Europe. But you notice that the further north you go, though, as has always been the case, another Mazda 3 in the same colour. It's all red. But you notice that the further north you go here in Europe and that, Scandinavia, even Estonia, Lithuania, Latvia, the driving style tends to get a lot more conservative, to places like Italy and Greece and etc. Poland, and yeah, so but no, it takes a much more conservative tune. Same with Sweden, Norway, Finland. Driving's very conservative in those countries. But yeah, so what are we now? We're 276 kilometres outside Copenhagen at the moment, and you can see on the map anyway where we are. So heading towards some roadways taking us towards Odense and Svendborg and that. So little way to go. And you've got the Turriet Reptile Zoo. And notice how all the tourist signs around the world are all brown. No matter whether you go throughout Europe or Australia or USA and Canada, tourist signs are denoted in that brown colour. Yeah, so Vissenbjerg, 1,500 metres. Yep, let's go around. I'm sitting about 140, 141 k's. There's another car that's about to come up, a Range Rover or some Range Rover of some sort. Yeah, he's coming up shortly. Keep it around 140 k's. Denmark uses speed cameras and that too, but the tolerances are quite reasonable on motorways, 130, 140s or so I thought I'd keep you updated on our progress. So no tolls on the bridge going over from Jutland into Fyn, and I don't think there's any going from Fyn to Zealand either. So we're still going to make the decision on whether or not we want to either find a place to stay in Odense, or whether we find a place to stay in Copenhagen for the night, because I want to go and have a look around Copenhagen tomorrow and that. Have a look at a few places. See the Little Mermaid, the Little Havru. Want to go up to Helsingør, where Kronborg Castle is. I want to go and have a look at Gilleleje, then back into Denmark. Back to back into Copenhagen, have a look around there. Tivoli in the centre of, and it's also the centre of Copenhagen, which is quite nice too. So yeah, Copenhagen's a beautiful city. Last time I was here was 2007. Lovely city. So yeah, let's see what our mate's doing. Is he going to go and overtake or not? Yes, no, maybe. Yes, he is. Looks like he's got a door seal coming off in that Swift. Yeah, so petrol here is around about the 15 kroner mark, 15 kroner 80 or thereabouts. So that works out to oh shit, what does that work out to about? So that's a little bit over. I think it's a little bit over $3 a litre. I think working on a basis of $1 is 4 kroner 50 or 4 kroner 46.
15 kroner is 3.37.
$3.37 on the basis of 15 Danish kroner, $3.37 a litre for 95 RON unleaded petrol here. Yeah, so still far from cheap, a lot more expensive than Australia. No, Australia's expensive now. And that. So yeah, we've still got about just on half a tank now, about 350 kilometres of range. And that. So obviously we're going to have to fill up. We'll have to fill up stacks of time sheet because we've got some big distances to cover. We go from here, Copenhagen, and into Sweden, over and under the Øresund, and then up Sweden, Norway. Take it from there. See what the weather gods have in store for us. We'll come to the speed limit change, and this is where the speed limit changes down to 110. So depending on the areas here in Denmark, the speed limits can vary from can change from 100, 110, 120 even, and of course the high speed limit's 130 k's. So it all depends on the area. But from the bridge going over from Jutland to Fyn is 110 as a finished car, finished number plates. See how they're the same size as our number plates? So yeah. Oh well, so we'll keep you posted as to how we go with that. There's still plenty more where that came from. So we've just got to make the decision on where we want to stay. So keep you posted. So we'll talk very shortly. So until then, be good. Peace. Laters.